Fetish, a need or desire for an object, body part, or activity for sexual excitement. Fetishizing marginalized groups involves an extravagant level of erotic interest based on objectification and stereotypes. Have you ever experienced fetishization? How does it make you feel?
For the most part, I haven't. I've had people approach me when I've used a cane, and it has felt a bit strange to me, but I think that's just because I've internalized a lot of cultural perceptions about what makes people attractive and, you know, cultural ableisms. Like, why wouldn't someone want to approach me? Why wouldn't someone approach me if I'm using a cane or if I'm using a mobility aid? You know, like, I think that that's a lot of internalization, and I have work to do there. You know, I don't think it was fetishization. I don't know. It's hard to be certain.
I guess I'm lucky in that I haven't experienced too much fetishization in real life, but I have to say it does kind of make me not feel safe to post certain things online, because especially when I post pictures that show more of my body or make my disability more obvious, there's always a couple creepy people that like come around and have to tie it back into your disability, and it's just like, why did you have to take it there? Like, what does my disability have to do with me looking good or you finding me desirable? Like, you know what I mean? I don't get it. Like, I don't get why that's such an appeal, apparently.
I don't like it. Prior to disability, I was fetishized just for the color of my skin and my aesthetic, my ambiguous ethnicity. Now it's kind of this combo of the two about being this woman of color in a wheelchair. I don't know. And for me, the objectification, the fetishization, the fact that people don't really care who I am, don't really care about anything besides that I'm some kind of freak to fulfill their fantasies. I don't like it. It makes me pretty queasy.
On YouTube and Instagram and other social media, because I'm quite, out there as a disabled advocate, and, I am very visible as a disabled person. I have experienced the odd, guy and stuff, sort of fetishizing that and asking, to see parts of me that look disabled and stuff like that. And it doesn't really make me feel great. To be honest, although I talk about disability, and disability is part of who I am, and it's shaped my experience and who I am and my identity, it's not really the thing that I want the focus to be on. I want the focus to be on, me and who I am. Disability included in that, but not, the big thing. So yeah, and it's not something I chose either. Like, I didn't choose to be disabled, or I didn't choose for these parts of my body to look that way, so I don't really want people to see them in that kind of sexual manner.
If that is something someone else is interested in participating in, that's fine for them, but I really cannot stand this behavior to just, like, assume that somebody wants to be treated that way, because it's not typically invited. It's not typically something that somebody wants to experience, especially without their consent. Like, ugh, I don't like it. No.